Hey folks, welcome back. It's the big barn build, and today we're going to be doing a bit of blast cleaning. Tim is back. He did some work on one of our other buildings recently. He's going to just help tidy up the bottom of all these steel columns. Stick around and I'll show you how it's going to happen. So before it starts getting dusty and noisy, I'll explain very quickly what's going to happen. The bottom of these steel columns, we're going to clean everything we can reach from floor level. That means that I need to break out the last little bit of concrete and mortar that's on there, and then we can assess what needs to be done as far as just any welding and cleaning up before we paint them. Then we can do any insulation around and get the slab poured. After that point, then we've got free rein to get lifts, scissor lifts and stuff in, and the whole frame can get done. But that's several weeks from now. For now, it's all about just getting the ground sorted, and we can deal with that later. Well, that is Tim done. Didn't take too long at all, maybe an hour and a half to do all of the columns up to sort of head height. So that means I can get on, do all the painting. I haven't got any paint today, but I'm hoping we should be all right overnight. It's not going to rut up that quick, but we'll get a good coat of paint on here. Then I will look into a better paint. If anyone's got any suggestions, that'd be interesting, like a zinc or a phosphate type, you know, proper one that we can get on the airless sprayer. So once all of this is blast cleaned, I can follow up the next day on the lift and just get everything sprayed so it's all good. I'm waiting to hear back from the structural engineer, but the likelihood is, because we're not supporting anything off these steels, I don't think it has to be fire intermittent fireproof stuff, but even if it does, that should be fine. We can spray it. I think it's normally a bit thicker, so it's not quite as easy, but either way, a bit of research to do there. So you can make out the thickness of the steel here, and as you get down to concrete or cowl level, it's slimmed to the point that here it's got a chip out. So just like on some of the other steels, we'll get a plate welded on here. I think it's 8mm by 70 something, and it needs to go basically 150 to 200 mil below that zone of decay, and then the same above, and then that way you're reinforcing the whole thing. I mean, this is very strong still, I imagine, but it'll be stronger than the original once the new plate's on there. The actual web in the middle is fine. Same over here, and you can see exactly the point where the concrete ended. So the slab was at this point here. So all of this was encased in concrete, no oxygen down there, no moisture getting to it, absolutely rock solid. Even the paint was perfect there. And then just at this area, yeah, that's where the problem was. And then of course, once you're up above and then where it's been staying dry, back to normal. I think cows are probably the worst for it. That can really kind of rot through. Fortunate thing is all of the outside perimeter seals, because they have that sand and gravel backfill in all the cubicles, there everything's been freely draining, yet still not a huge amount of kind of oxygen or moisture to cause any issues. So they're absolutely fine, and they've got the block work going in, and looking in there, as soon as these blocks are out, it's almost pristine from what I can see, that nice clean red oxide in there. So we should be good. I just wanted to get this side cleaned, one so we can assess it, but also just so I can get a decent clean coat of paint on there before insulation and slab go down. Right, we are a couple of days on now. We're going to get these painted. They're absolutely fine, they've held up fine. Obviously they're in the dry. Joe's going to roll, I'm going to brush, and we've got 500 mil of paint. It goes quite far, but not that far, but that's all I could get hold of this morning. So we'll use this up. I've got to do a big order anyway, because we're going to have to buy some proper zinc phosphate paint or whatever it is. I'm so kind, I bought a radiator roller for Joe, because I thought it was bending over. That is amazing to get our final internal wall down and all the curb sections out. It basically feels like one big blank canvas now, which is an easier way and somewhat daunting, but an easier way to visualize the space and how we're going to be able to approach getting the insulation, the slab, the footings and all that good stuff done. The next video for you good people is going to be some of the groundworks and getting some of the outside of the building sorted. Humpty Dumpty is just about behaving himself, but he might require a new battery soon. I'm going to leave it there. Big thanks to Tim for coming out and getting that sandblasting done. But apart from that, remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time.